Good morning, everyone. As everyone has said already, I am thrilled that we get to continue this beautiful tradition of acknowledging and honoring our rising stars in Vista. Like many of you have said, this is one of my favorite Fridays of the month when we get to do this. So our student for AltaVista High School this month as a rising star is Estefania Maldonado, and we affectionately call her Stephanie. When Stephanie came to AltaVista a year before I did, but she was one of the very first students I met when I came to AltaVista last year. And little did I know that I would spend a lot of time with Miss Maldonado because she spent a lot of time in my office when I first met her. And we spent lots of time talking about lots of things. One of I think my favorite memories so far with Stephanie are last year I offered a before school learning sort of opportunity. It was like a mindfulness and coping skills sort of class in the mornings. And we would even learn some meditation. And Stephanie would show up every single time. And we would sit and we would talk about all kinds of different things. But I got to know her really well. And in part of our conversations, she told me that she was interested in becoming in improving her writing skills. You know, she had missed some stuff along the way, and she wanted to improve her writing skills. And so she just started writing me pages of just stuff. Like she would just sit down and she'd write 3 or 4 pages just about things in her life. And then we would sit down at our next gathering and we would go over them together. And I learned a lot about her, but we also got to sort of correct grammar and talk about how to improve sentence structure and things like that. So kind of nerdy, but we really got to know each other quite a bit. And this girl has something inside of her, very much like Miss Rudabush mentioned about Maria. This girl, something inside of her. She has got a fire. She, you know, when students come to AltaVista High School, generally something has, you know, tripped them up along the way, and they come to us a little bit credit deficient. But this girl, Stephanie, came to us kind of ready to start turning some things around. And I am privy to know that right now she is an straight A student, and she is on her way to graduating even early this year. So I would like to now introduce Stephanie to share her own story with all of you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Estefania Maldonado, or Stephanie. I'm 16 years old and I am a senior at Alta Vista High School. I have now been an Alta student for about 2 years. All through my life, I have faced many challenges just like we all have, but I'm proud to say that I have learned and gained experience from each and every one of them. My biggest challenge has been education. I grew up in a family of 4, my parents, my older brother, and myself. Sadly, education has never been a priority in my family. None of my parents have graduated high school, and my brother dropped out at the age of 14. Therefore, I am the first one to tell a different story. This is in fact one of my greatest accomplishments yet, but it has definitely been the toughest part of my journey as well. Not coming from a supportive family and not having someone to motivate and push you through your hardest moments can make things a lot harder, especially when you get to be the first one to do things differently. You're stepping into a world that you know nothing about. Doubt is the number one obstacle you will face all through your life, and it'll come from the ones whom you least expect it. I find that we could either run from it or learn from it. Many times I question my own potential, letting a lot of it go to waste. I have found myself feeling so lost so many times due to not having a role model to look up to, until I remember that I'm becoming one myself. I would always make it about the odds of me being successful. I've never seen anyone in my family make it. Why would it be me? That's the excuse I used for so long. Now, I know it's not about the odds. It's about how hard you want to go in life, how bad you want to succeed, and how much of yourself you're willing to give to get to a place where you can say to yourself, I've made it. Being the first one to accomplish something new can be frightening. I don't know what I will have to face along the way, but I do know I'll get through it. Don't go to where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail. If there's one thing I would tell someone who's facing the same struggle, is to not be afraid to be different from everyone else. Don't try to fit in if you're avoiding to stand out. It can get very hard, but remember that the impossible just takes a little bit longer. Not only are we capable of writing our own story, but we're entitled to create a complete new path for ourselves and those generations ahead of us. The best lesson I have learned is that sometimes, without even asking for it, we're chosen to be the one who breaks the cycle and makes a difference in a family. At Alta, I have found my greatest support system, and that is the place where my life took a complete turn. My teachers, along with my principal and my counselor, have watched me grow and seen me become who I am today. But the road was not always easy. It took a lot of sit down talks, but most importantly, patience. It takes a big heart to hold little minds. I would like to give a special thank you to my counselor, Mrs. Rossmell, for always believing in me until I was able to believe in myself, and to my assistant principal, Mrs. Snyder, for her patience and everything she taught me along the way. I'm grateful for all of my struggles because without them, I would have never stumbled across my strength. Now, I'm proud to say that I'm on the path to graduating early, going to college, and my ultimate plan is to become a registered nurse. I know it will take a lot of hard work and dedication, but nothing can stop you if you don't stop for anything. Lastly, I would like to thank all the sponsors and everyone who hosted this and allowed us to share a bit of our stories. It was an honor being part of this event. Thank you.
And now Miss Kirsten DeGeer is the teacher here with Stephanie, and she is her science teacher, but also her advisor.
Good morning, everyone. I have known Stephanie for really the 2 years that she's been at Alta, and it has just been amazing to see how she has grown during that time. She has always been able to lead students, but now she is a role model in our online environment with students looking up to how she is participating in class. She meanwhile provides support for her aunt and her cousins at home. And, Stephanie told me that she wants to be a nurse, and I hear a lot of students say that, right? But the moment she told me that, I knew that this was a reality. She has the temperament for it. And frankly, I have seen her prove over these 2 years that she has the willpower to accomplish anything that she wants to do. I am extraordinarily proud of the person that she is, the student she's become, and this goal that she has to be an essential part of our community. Like the other teachers who have spoken, it didn't take me any time at all to immediately reply that Stephanie should be our rising star. Congratulations, Stephanie.